Teaching is a natural thing. Holding it won't just complain. Bitchin' makes you feel so good. Welcome to the neighborhood. Just say my name. I won't complain. Just say my name. On his. Hello.
Hello.
You caught me off guard. I'm bitching today.
And I don't care what you think, I'm bitching. This is our show.
That's right. And we're inviting you here to say hi.
Hi.
Welcome to our site. I'm Curtis,
And my name is Bianca.
the host for the day on the show. We would like to talk about something very interesting and very near and dear to our heart.
Breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding. We all done it. No, I don't
No,
think.
not everybody.
You should try it. We do this every afternoon when we ain't got nothing else to do. No, I think the funny part about it is that this is becoming an issue now. Now, the issue is that not
Doing it in public. So
Well,
breastfeeding in public.
let's think about
kind of like an issue.
But let's think
Never
about
was.
in the Native American tribal people. They breastfeed in public.
Yep.
But they're naked too. So what the
They're
hell?
already naked.
Who cares?
But there it's not seen. That's the whole thing.
No.
Because nakedness is seen as something, oh, you shouldn't be naked. And
Now, think about this in tribal people. Do you think that they fondle breasts like for sexual purposes? I don't know. We have to ask one. You have to go to a tribal place and like, really, did the Hawaiians like say, ooh, look at her breasts, ooh, let me feel them? Or did they...
Because they were always exposed anyway.
Or was it just something used for one purpose?
Yeah.
You think that, and like the African
For the
countries, what do
babies.
you think? They say, ooh, look at that. So what do you do when you go to, if you go to a tribal place and they have like a strip club? What do you do?
Yeah.
Say, hey, look
Maybe
at
it's
that.
not special anymore.
Yeah, we're naked anyway. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Probably that's why it doesn't exist. See, at a tribal culture,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have a strip club. You have prostitutes, but that's different.
Yeah.
What's the difference between? I don't know.
Yeah. But breastfeeding in public.
No, but in a
Yeah.
tribal environment, you wouldn't have any prostitutes either.
Because everybody does it with everybody.
No, because listen, in most tribal environments, the most important part is respect, honor,
Mm-hmm.
respect, and telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
These are three major elements, and if you don't you can get killed. In a tribal, this is where they like cut people's heads off and hands. In a tribal environment, if you're a liar, if you're dishonest,
Mm-hmm.
meaning like stealing people's wives and girlfriends and stuff, they kill you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So back to
Then you would think prostitution
wouldn't exist.
will exist.
Why?
Because you can only have sex with one woman.
No,
But in most of tribal,
but
they
then
have
if you
more
ain't
than
got
one
no
woman.
woman, then too bad for you. Go masturbate. Yeah. And also, I heard this before too, is that a lot of times in tribal environments that the men sleep with the men and the women sleep with the women, even if they're married.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there goes homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even that's a thing that's not talked about
No,
in a lot
that's
of
taboo.
cultures. But it goes on because I heard about this where, in one tribal clan is that they actually the little boys have sex with the men because they all sleep together.
Mm.
I don't know for sure, but I heard it. But I think it was in Papua New Guinea, but I'm not sure. Okay, back to the breastfeeding part in public.
Well, you shouldn't expose everything, I guess, since this is still a culture that people get crazy about seeing nakedness.
Well, listen, I don't. For me, it has nothing to do with being naked.
No, but a lot of people do see that.
It's not offensive either. I mean, it's not offensive where it's appalling, but it's still the fact that I think it would be something that I would want to do in a comfortable environment. And may also, come on, if if you're giving milk to your child,
Yeah.
and you're feeding your breast in front of an audience of people who are uncomfortable that you're doing it, you will pick up. You will get tensed.
Yeah,
right?
but don't
and
do
also,
it. Yeah.
your child who's being fed
Feels
is also feel the
Mm-hmm.
same. So I'm saying, if it's, come on, you know what? This is what most people can't get in their heads. When you live in a certain culture, and if the culture is dominant and they have rules, if you plan to live in this culture and be happy and satisfied, that you have to abide by some of their rules, or you will be considered an outcast, or you will have a lot of conflict. And that's what most people don't get. So if you're, and it's the same thing. What if I think that walking around naked is okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I come to your house and I start walking around and you don't like it, even if you can't lock me up for it, it will, the response that I would get you would be a response of that you're unhappy with what I'm doing. So do I want to be completely selfish and don't consider how other people feel around me, or do I want to live in a community where there are rules and social restraints? And that's the question. So
It's up to you.
Yeah. Get naked. I don't care. Feed your baby on top of the bus. But the thing is that there's all consequences. This is the thing that I also have a problem with. You know, that these people, especially when you start talking about activists who start protesting for things as simple as this. If you don't have to protest, just do it.
Yeah.
If come on. You want to have a sit-in with 50? See, this is.
But then they go extreme.
This is exhibitionism.
Yeah, but then they go, okay, then everybody's just going to be naked. They're all showing their breast. I said, but that's not what it's about. It's about something nurturing. It's about your baby getting food. It's not about, let me show my breast. The women, I wasn't thinking
maybe
like
they got a boob job.
But women don't think like that. When you have to breastfeed your child, you're not thinking about exhibitionism or whatever.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you this, is that I've seen this, and I've seen this too many times. I'm going to use Madonna as an example. Here, you got a drunken, rowdy, dirty mouth, sexually oversexed person who did anything and said everything and anywhere and didn't give a damn how it affected people. Had a damn child, had the nerve to write a goddamn book. Do I really want to hear your shit? Because when my children was growing up, they was listening to your bullshit. And now that you got a child, and this is what happens a lot of times to women.
They change.
A lot of times women, I see them, I said, you was having sex with everybody, you were doing all kind of drugs, and now you're a mother. Now, I don't want you smoking around my kids. I don't use language like that.
Yeah,
and I don't do this. I said, but what about me before you had your child, and I was exposed to your madness? And I said, and this is the flip side of people that I don't like. It's the same thing like with smokers.
Yeah.
You know, here you got this person who smoke everywhere, anywhere. You have to tell them, don't smoke. My kids are here. And then they stop.
See the lights.
And then they see, fuck
and they tell
drop on their damn head.
Not to.
Yeah, because the doctor said if you don't stop smoking, one of your lungs are going to get taken out. Oh my God, I better stop smoking. Can't run up the stairs before. But the doctor told him, yeah. And then all of a sudden, we should hang the smokers. Smoking in front of my house. Jesus. But I said, but this is our mentality sometimes. So, what about the thing that we heard about in Saudi Arabia? Yeah. About now.
That's really.
That some fashion in some facet in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what, some kind of group that said that women should breastfeed their coworkers, their male
coworkers.
But because if you're a woman, you already got your own milk. You don't need some from some other woman.
You can only breastfeed if you're.
But they said this is
just
supposed
had a baby, so
this is supposed to create a maternal relationship between man and women. Well, I don't think so.
I say have fun.
Yeah, and then from Saudi Arabia, that's some interesting. Are you having problems with men and women having sex in your country or what? See, that's that strange part about it, is that most religions, all they want to do is prevent us from sex. Yeah. Okay, we have to talk about that later.
Okay, for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.